Hey everybody, this is Ricky and crew for SipNTel. To my right we have Seth, and then to my further right we have Isaac, and the farther right we have Ryan. The whole crew is here today, busting out another podcast. It's been about a month, it's about that time, so let's have some fun, talk about some beer. First of all, let's talk about the fact that we're in a new setup. This is more my house. We have Jeff in the shot, Jeff Groups. He's joining us from Survivor. And yeah, we're just trying something a little bit different. Not only are we trying something a little different with the setup, we're trying something a little different with the beer. Instead of having a single brewery, and I think this was talked about on the mini sip. Did we talk about this on the mini sip?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right. So we mentioned the fact that we're going to try something a little bit different. It makes it easier to try. There's a lot of breweries. It's tough to get multiple beers from. A good example of that would be a Cloudburst. So this allows us to be able to try a beer from there without necessarily have to try to get 4 beers from there. I mean, same thing. The same problem comes with like a Belching Beaver. Usually I can run over to the store and get like 1 or 2 Belching Beavers. Probably 3 magnets in a certain way because they always have a rotating thing of beer, and then all the beer trades. It's gonna be tough to get that stuff here. Mm-hmm. So that is what it is. Also on top of that, a quick note: it's been probably 2 weeks since the mini sip. I had a dog sickness and then a Ricky sickness. So we have not had any mini sips, but that means I have a stupid amount of stuff to talk about because I should have done one 2 weeks ago and I felt like garbage. I should have done a week ago and I felt like garbage. And so it is what it is. But outside of that, let's get going on this podcast. How about that? Has anyone had anything of interest to drink this week?
No.
Oh, week. What am I saying? Month?
Yeah, month. Yeah.
We're about on a month, right? We've been hitting the middle of the month. I guess I think we're about 2 or 3 weeks out, right? Because we did around Christmas.
Yeah.
So, has anyone had anything interesting to drink over the last 2 or 3 weeks?
Well, I had one of the beers that was the the pear. So I had that Game of Thrones.
Was that the opposite of the one that you, another one of the series that you brought?
Yeah. It was the Queen of Dragons, and that's one of the best beers I've had in a while.
What's that? It was a pear?
It was. I feel stupid because I don't actually remember, but it was delightful.
It was
Thanks,
another
New
one
York.
from them.
Yep.
Was it a sour by chance? Do you remember?
No, it wasn't a sour.
That's good.
It was
sours are gross.
Yeah, no, it was a porter of some sort.
Nice. Oh, because
it's very unique.
All those that series is like a dark beer style. They're supposed to be like kind of Games of Thrones feeling. It makes me like it's a good thing to drink that night.
Dun 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 dun. Yep. Oh, sorry, copyright.
Yeah, don't get us copyright strike right now. They're all weird about that too on all the podcasts. Like they can't even sing
Caribbean
music.
Theme you're doing?
Yeah, no, not even that.
How dare you? Don't. That's Disney. That's even worse. Ryan, is there anything you've had? Have you gone to any breweries or anything like that?
No, I haven't had a chance to really do much besides drink a few cheap beers here and there.
Nice. Oh, what cheap beers? Bring some heat.
Some Rainier, some Rolling Rock.
Oh, wow. Oof. I guess desperate times for everyone. At least it wasn't the Beast.
The Beast?
Yeah, what's that? What's the Beast? I can't even think what.
I feel like there's a
Natty
certain
Light?
level
No,
of
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee
Best.
Old Schwill.
Yes.
Oh,
Yikes.
God. That's just. Oh.
Was it Black Ice?
Oh, man.
Oh, Black Ice. That's the first. Oh, no, it was Ice House. Ice House was the first beer that I ever had.
Let's roll around with some old English.
Bad intro. Was it Mickey's? Grab some Mickey's.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have some fun tonight.
Some Odell's.
Oh, there's a brewery in Texas called Odell Brewing, right? Is that the one that? And it, like the first time I heard that, I was like, O'Doul's? And I was like, I don't want that. Yeah. But my buddy recommended their IPA, and I saw it, and I was like, Odell's. And I tried it, and I was like, this is a really good IPA. I'm glad I tried it, but from the name, I was just like, no, that can't be right.
Yeah.
Seth, have you had anything of interest?
I've had a few. Yeah, I've kind of been on a dark beer kick.
Nice.
Or like a winter ale.
Oh wait, let's open the first beer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll get it going. So our first beer,
English style.
Yeah, is a from Britain. Actually, Ryan, this is your beer.
You introduce it.
So it's
turn towards the camera and you get a second too.
Made by Robinsons. It's the Iron Maiden Trooper. I don't know if you can see it, but man, Eddie's so on there. Away.
Yeah.
I'll zoom in on that part.
It looks like a beer bottle.
I'll bring it in, like. I got you. Nice. Oh, dude, that's a badass bottle.
Actually, cool.
So.
There's a bottle opened right here.
Yep.
See, we're gonna figure out the mics for the couch setup. That's the only thing I think we're gonna have to change if we do the couch setup again. Maybe next week we'll be on beanbags. The best part is I don't own beanbags, so I'd have to buy beanbags to make it happen.
No. Nope.
Maybe just
We're
for
over
single
22 years
trampolines.
old. We
Oh
can't
yeah.
have beanbags.
So you're just slowly
Just
bouncing the
kinda
entire
bouncing,
time.
for our health.
We'll just do a cross leg on the ground on pillows.
Yeah, so I went to Bevmo and searched around, and anytime I can see a beer that also is incorporated with a rock band,
Dude, heck yeah.
I have to try it.
Are there other ones you've had? I know I've seen them. I can't.
I think was it Elysians? They make a Def Leppard one that IPA that's really good.
Belching
well.
Beaver has 2 Deftones ones. Digital Bath and
Oh, I've had that one.
I'm not gonna think of the other one. I didn't realize it was Deftones. I looked at it, and I was like, oh, it's actually Deftones.
Nice, I'll have to try that.
It's a solid beer. Well, I mean, it's Belching Beaver. They're pretty small also, so you'll see them every once in a while. No, but they're like some of their beers. Like they kind of do like 3 magnets in the same way where you don't
Cheers.
see their beers all the time. They kind of rotate through the hops and whatnot. Ooh, it smells. What is that smell? That smells really good.
Is it malty? The malt?
Tastes kind of like juice.
I believe it's malty.
It is very English because it is not a very strong beer. 4% is not a very high percentage, but it's a
4.7.
solid beer.
And it's on the warm side, so we are drinking it how they want you to
How
drink
the English would drink it.
Yes.
We're on point.
Got a like floral taste to it.
Yeah, you're right. It kind of yeah.
I do like the idea of lower percentage beers, though, especially if you're like going on a pub crawl, like
Yeah.
a day of drinking. It's gonna be hard to have a day of drinking, like Imperial IPAs.
That's the challenge with the beer fest, right? Like you go to like the winter beer fest is a great example of that. All that stuff is like 11 and 12%. So you, like beer 3, you're off your ass, and you're like, well, this is a mistake. And you're just trying stuff, not tasting anything at that point, just making it worse.
A champagne-y taste to it a little bit.
I can see that. I see what you're saying.
I
Seth,
like it, though.
go with what you've been drinking. Sorry.
Yeah,
Not
no,
that I
you're good.
interrupted.
So yeah, I've kind of been on a winter beer kick, which is appropriate for the time of the year. And I had a few actually just last weekend. I had one that I've had before, the Fremont Winter Ale, which is just really great.
Is this called Winter Ale, right? The blue can?
Right? Yeah, I think it used to be the Abominable, and they changed the name.
Well, because the Bombles now they're barrel aged, right?
Right, I think that's correct. Yeah. So that was a really good one. And then I had a Firestone Walker Mocha Merlin, which is like coffee infused stout, which I thought was really good. And then what was the other one that I had? The 1050 by Oscar Blues, which is an imperial stout, which I also thought was great.
Oscar Blues is one of those breweries. I see them in Walmart, so sometimes I don't think that they're a real brewery. But then you get them and you're like, oh yeah, they make really good beer.
Yeah, they've got some solid. Their Pinner Throwback is super good.
Well, because they're the one who make your favorite one from last year, that coconut porter.
Oh
right?
yeah, Coconut Death
That was your jam.
or something like that. Yeah. They
Every
have
time
some.
you came over, you brought the coconut death. You're like, I brought the coconut death. And I was like, oh,
And that
cool.
was my wife's favorite too. That was
Yeah.
Lindsay's favorite.
It was a good beer.
But yeah, so those are the ones that I've had recently. I've had a few other ones, but I don't actually remember what they were. I had a friend that brought some over, and I didn't get to see what they all were. But anyways, just been really enjoying the winter beers this year.
It's the time to do it.
Yeah.
So for me, let's first. I go through the beers I could think of off the top of my head. We went to. I know it's a stupid long list. I've been okay. So first, I will say I've been drinking a little bit less because I'm getting all fatty again, and I don't want to be fatty Ricky again. So I've been limiting my beer drinking to like one or 2 days a week versus like every night of the week. Except for I did have a beer last night because I was like, why not? And the night before. I guess I'm back to every night of the week.
And then tonight.
Well, because like we went and worked out, and I was like, I earned a beer, and we worked out hard because it was like mini CrossFit. It wasn't quite CrossFit, but it was like
At
mini
the
CrossFit.
climbing gym?
Yeah, they have all
heck
kinds
is
of
that?
classes, and that's the only way I get Amanda to go lift with me.
Ah, that's cool.
She hates it, but loves it. What do you think? You hate it? She loves it.
Nice.
So I've been getting down on Fat Orange Cat. I had 2 of theirs. I can't remember what the first one was called. The one I had last night was called. I'm not gonna remember that one was called. They have weird names. They have a little bit longer of names. But Fat Orange Cat is awesome. I'm a big fan of them, and I've seen them pop up at Pint Defiance. Not Ollie Tap Room, but Craft Brewing up north, and maybe Ollie Tap Room. I don't know. And then I saw them at Tacoma Boys, a bunch of them. So I'm gonna try to get down on a lot of their stuff. I did have a Belching Beaver Mosaic IPA. It was really good.
That was good.
Yeah, that's a solid beer, and their can art right now is on point. Like the Troy
Fall of
one,
Troy?
that one was
Yeah.
awesome, and then the Mosaic one is cool because it looks like the stained glass.
Oh, is that their milkshake one?
No.
Which one?
Oh wait, the Fall Troyes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
I picked
I
one
did
of
have
those up
that one
tonight.
recently. That one was really good.
That one's good. It's super super
It's
sweet.
really sweet,
But
yeah.
it's really good. I guess I had a Fall Troy since last time, probably. I don't know. But we've done a couple of beer events. So I tried the 2017 Deschutes Abyss. That was okay. Like, you know, my problem with that one is, like, have you had a beer that isn't supposed to be aged that ends up getting aged a little bit too long and it gets that like coppery or metallic taste to it? That's what this had. You know what? When I let you guys try that Ecliptic Hazy IPA, when I opened it, I tried it and I was like, you know what? This has that little metallic-y taste. It was a little too old. It was on the shelf just a little too long. And that's what the Abyss had. And I was like, it's good, but it seemed like it was just a little, it was on the edge of being good. I mean, it was almost bad, I think, is the problem. But then we tried a couple other beers there. I had a Rubens Hazy something. I mean, just a stupid amount of beer. There's just too many to list right now. So, have you guys done any cool like brewery visits or anything? Hit up anything that you haven't done yet? Or there's even something you have been to? Like, have you been through Magnets recently?
I haven't been. No,
What are you doing?
I know. I haven't been.
You missed your 3 Magnets.
Well, I haven't been in a while actually. So my wife's actually doing like a dry January, so I haven't been going out nearly as much.
Yeah.
So I haven't been to any beer events recently. I think we're gonna try to maybe do that pub crawl in February. We didn't talk about that before.
I just kind of threw it out there.
But it's like Tuesday night, so we'll have to pace ourselves.
The 12th is the Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I thought that was on a weekend. Yeah, Valentine's. Yeah, the 12th.
February 12th.
It should be a Valentine's thing. It should be on a weekend. It does. We'll further discuss it. I'm pretty sure it's on a Saturday evening
Oh, I hope you're right.
because the Amanda one will go on a Sunday evening.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was I looking at? I must have been looking
nice.
at March. Anyways,
But yeah.
I digress.
So, well, okay. So event wise, okay. That's anybody else visit a brewery?
No, I haven't been to anything. There is an event coming up,
Are you looking?
not this weekend, but the weekend after.
Are you on the right year?
It's like a coffee, a coffee stout
Well,
event that's happening over at Pine
You might want
Defiance.
to talk to.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I thought that sounded pretty cool. It's like in the
wrong.
middle afternoon.
No, it's a weekend.
Are you talking tomorrow?
On a Sunday. I think it was a Sunday. So yeah, I think that's something that might work with my schedule. Go check
The
that
one
out.
tomorrow at Pint Defiance?
Is that tomorrow?
Yes.
Is it the 19th today?
Today's the
I could be
18th.
I think
mistaken.
it's Sunday.
I thought it was
it's
tomorrow.
Sunday. It's the 20th.
Today's the 18th.
Today's the 18th. So it's on the
Oh, I'm
20th.
sorry. Today's
so
Friday.
It's Sunday.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sunday, yes. I forgot what day it was. That's on me. But yes, Sunday's the Pint Defiance thing. Yeah, we're going to try to do that. We're going to watch Escape Room and try to head over afterwards.
Are you? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I will definitely let you know. I mean, I want to because I've been to one of the Pint Defiance things for a while. They get busy. Well, I don't know. They could get busy. Ryan, have you hit any breweries up in Seattle?
No, I haven't. I've been trying to hook up with a friend down there, and so eventually, once we do, hopefully we can go to a brewery.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you looking at Hales, or are you thinking about something else over there?
Probably somewhere I haven't been yet. So
Yeah, see,
I almost
oh,
stopped by
she did say
Hell's to
Tuesday.
grab a beer tonight, but I decided
It's a Tuesday.
to go somewhere else. But
No, for the Galentine's thing. Sorry.
I knew Galentine's was on a Tuesday.
Oh, see, my bad. I thought that was on a weekend. Never mind. We could do that another time then.
Yep.
Um,
We can even plan this another time.
yeah,
I didn't even know what you guys were.
it's fine. Producer Amanda corrected me on something. Either way, I don't even know what we're talking about now. Oh, breweries and events. So event-wise, I've done a couple things. We did one at Red Hot. That was the Deschutes thing. Allison and Michael met up with us. We tried a couple beers, played some card games. It was fun. And then I feel like we did something else. I don't know. There was something in my mind that I had. I'm spacing on it. Yeah, we did another event. But we have some stuff coming up that we're planning. Now the beer crawl might be a little off, but what is that? I'd say I'd go for the pale first. I think the Brute's gonna be a little because that's a Brute IPA. Yeah, that's gonna be a little stronger than the pale. The pale,
Is this the pale?
yeah.
Dig it.
So, go ahead and crack. Oh, here I'll talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so for our second beer, this is like once again we're doing a beer share style, so it's gonna be all over the place. I have Topping Goliath. Topping Goliath I've gotten off a Tavern. That's the only way I could get it right now. They make awesome beer. Although I'll talk about that in a second. I've had their Pompeii, which was really really good. This is actually the reason I joined Tavern, was so I could get Toppling Goliath. That was one of the beers. I was like, I hope they get it. And I saw it. I was like, well, I'm buying nothing but Toppling Goliath now. I have a lager of theirs coming. I have to go grab it sometime this next couple weeks. And yeah, I hope you guys like it as well. Let me crack that open. Oh, this is the Pseudo Soup Pale Ale. Does that tapping thing do anything? I don't know. It's one of those things I've done since I was a kid because people are like, oh, it cuts down on the fizz. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if it's true either. I do it too.
It's just our habit now, right?
It's an urban legend.
Never done that before.
You've never done the tap?
No,
I'll
I
just
thought it
pass
was silly.
You might be
never
right.
have
It may
either.
just be silly too. Let's see. So we have a couple kind of pseudo events because we saw the Ollie Tap Room doing the Dark Nights, and it sounded awesome. And then we saw the price at $40, and I was like, nah, I'm cool.
The list of beers is amazing.
Yeah.
It's probably worth the money, but
Yeah, but man,
because it's 8 pours
yeah, I don't know.
and they're all like barrel aged, like high percent. Like I think the lowest percentage one is a 10% beer.
Definitely will need
You're
a
not gonna be able to
DD.
get through 8 pours.
I
On
mean,
10%.
I'm not saying I could, but I'm saying for someone who's into that, that's
Yeah.
that's probably why it is what it is.
I mean, when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, this is a guarantee. And I saw it was at 40. I was like, man, that'd be $80 for us to go to that. I was like, it's not even a real beer fest. I mean, like you said, it'll probably be worth it. It's probably cool. Like I kind of glanced at the list. There's some good stuff and stuff you can't really find anywhere else. But man,
I want to get
$80
a growler fill.
oh you think you'll get a growler fill? That is super expensive. Like, have you tried a growler fill? Even like Grumpy Fill. Any of the
Barrel
super
aged?
professional
No.
podcaster over there, any of the barrel aged stuff, it's so
No,
expensive.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do our own little Black Off Fest, right?
Yeah. That's
I
right.
didn't pour any in mine. I'm so dumb.
Oh, that is fruity.
Yeah.
I have moved because I was a big IPA guy for a long time, and I've started to appreciate pales because they're not usually quite as hoppy as a IPA.
Oh man, pales are your first step to sours.
No,
Yeah,
that would never
gateway
happen.
drug.
I did a whole,
Gateway beer.
Gateway beer. Yeah.
I did the whole thing of sours down at Blue Owl. Is that what it's called? Everyone, I was like, oh, this is okay. Then I'm like, oh, I can't keep drinking this. I'm glad I tried it, but it's just not for me. Pales, though, on the other hand, I'm game for.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Have you guys thought about any of your beer goals this year? Have you guys even started working on any of them?
Well, my beer goal involves getting everybody's schedule organized to go on an expedition to Montana. So
That's gonna be a
how
tough one.
realistic is that? I'm not
I mean, it's
sure,
realistic.
but I'd love to do it.
I mean, I don't want to go in a van, but I'm also not against going in a van. We'll see.
We just go in a couple cars.
So I got a 128 ounce CO2 compressed growler
Oh,
for Christmas. So one of my beer goals is to
120
to find an event where I can fill it for 128 ounces and drink it all.
That's gonna be an expensive fill.
Yeah, but it's a like double walled vacuum insulated with like a top that you put in a CO2 cartridge, and it actually has a tap built in with a pressure gauge.
Okay. I was gonna say, I've
And
seen
so
those.
basically,
They have the
it's like a little mini keg.
keg.
Yeah.
They have like a
Nice.
little gold bar that comes off it or something, right?
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
thing is
so-
nice.
But I was like, 128 ounces is a lot of beer, so
Well, okay, so like
bring
a-
your appetites.
a normal,
What'd you say?
So
My phone went off too.
a normal,
Growler's 64.
yeah, 64. So let's just double that.
It's
Most of them
16 ounce pours.
yeah, and like a normal growler usually goes like $12, $13, unless you're going exotic.
Oh, it's not 16. That doesn't make sense.
No, but
It's
you
8
have
16 ounce pours.
yeah. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be crazy expensive. It'll be like $25, $30, depending on the beer you get.
Mhm.
So, but it's still, that's just the thought of that. But the plus is, I think that lasts for more than a couple days. Like
Right.
a
I think it said it'll keep for 2 weeks
nice.
after you've started using.
Yeah, because like a normal growler, like at 99 bottles, they used to seal it with a piece of plastic, and it would be. They said it's good up for 2 weeks until you open it. Once you open it, it's going to go for a couple days, and that's like all growlers. And apparently growlers too. I didn't know that because they look like giant cans. But what I was reading is they're really only good for about 2 or 3 days as well. You're not supposed to keep those for very long because they're not set right, so there's no room for like air expansion in there.
Oh, got
so they could pop, and it's just a sealed top, so that any time that could pop off if it's not sealed tight enough. It doesn't have the gap in there. So, yeah, that's cool. That's cool because like I like growler fills, But then if you get a growler fill like on a Friday, but then for whatever reason you don't end up drinking on Saturday, and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I gotta kill this thing before the weekend's over, or else I mean I just wasted $10.
Yeah.
I just look forward to seeing you roll into the bottle shop with your giant ass growler.
Yes.
and
Oh,
people
you
are gonna
say
be
like,
going
you say like he's the only one. That growler is a nice growler. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
And not just on Amazon. I've seen that in person. You're like, God damn, that's a dope ass growler.
And you'll get some
Got
like
serious.
newbie who's like just joined the shop, and they're like, "How do I do this, man? Where's Kevin?"
Yeah.
So wait, do you CO2 it yourself?
Yeah,
or-
it uses the CO2 cartridges that you'd find in like
Yeah.
a pellet gun or something like that. And so yeah, you basically put it in the cap, and then you seal it, and then you like twist the dial, and it pressurizes the whole thing.
That's crazy.
It's cool. It's fancy. My parents got it, and if they don't listen, but if they are, thank you.
That's cool when you get a beer gift that's awesome. I guess
Yeah.
is the best way to say it. Like I follow a guy on Instagram who got a pretty good beer gift where someone who knows him, for one of his family members, got him 2016, 2017, 2018 version of Elysian's Fix, and he was like, "That's actually not a bad deal. That's a really good stout." And I was like, "But you could also end up with I don't know, think of something weird that you don't like. And you're like, oh, thanks, mom." I mean, it just happens sometimes. Like whenever you get nerdy about something and your parents try to be helpful. Like Amanda used to get 1,000 owls for days, and she still gets a lot of owls. But there was that certain point where you're like, I don't really need more owls or shot glasses for me. My parents will still give me shot glasses, and I love shot glasses as a kid. When someone would go somewhere, I'm like, oh, I grab my shot glass. But then you get 30 shot glasses, and you're like, I don't need more shot glasses.
Where do you keep all the shot glasses?
Goodwill has a couple of them. I hate to say it, but like at a certain point, you're just like, even for beer glasses, like if people buy me beer glasses, I'm like, cool, and I have to shuffle my other ones out though, because I'm like, I got so many beer glasses.
Yeah.
Because you only drink how many beer glasses do you drink out of? I have 1,000. I drink out of 3. It's the two are my two tulip stem ones and my 2 pint defiance ones. So 4 beer glasses is all I drink out of, because I wash them every time I use them. So it's just like I don't need many more of these. But it
Yeah,
happens. I
usually-
mean, it's fine. It's cool.
Just drink, unless it's like a growler. You usually just drink out of the bottle or can.
Yeah. Well, I always put mine in. I'm such a dork.
I put mine in a glass too.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Ricky.
I'm such a dork. And because I can't take a picture in a can. You guys see what the beer looks like.
Picture game has been on point, by the way.
Thank you.
I've seen you doing the little experimental.
I'm trying some new things.
Glass tilted
Yeah.
to the side.
Yeah, you like that one?
Pours. Yeah, I did like that
That
one.
was with the group hug. Yeah, I decided, I was like, I got this cool glass that doesn't have a stem on it. Let's try tilting it. So I tilted it. I was like, I like that picture. That worked out well. I used to only take them in the kitchen. Now I'm moving over to the table because I think it has slightly better lighting. And also the table's cleaned off right now, so it works out well. So most of my beer goal stuff, nothing has been completed yet. But I had one of my big ones was that I wanted to try to drink out more, like go to like events and drink at breweries, and we've been doing pretty good about that. Like we did, like I said, we did top of Tacoma, the Red Hot. We've done like the Red Hot like so many times recently. I don't know how we end up at the Red Hot so much. We did something else though recently. Amanda, what else did we do? God, it's gonna drive me nuts because I had it in my. Oh, we did the wingman thing. Got it. We did the wingman. That was a nightmare though, so it's fine. We did the wingman porter. They do their P51 porter, but a bunch of different flavors. But there was 1,000 people there. We got there maybe 30 minutes after it started. There were so many people, so you couldn't really sit down. And we both got. Amanda got the Mayan chocolate, and I got the s'mores. And it didn't really taste like anything. It didn't push the flavor enough to make you go, oh yeah, this is really cool. It was just like, it just tastes like a porter. But I mean, and I'm not trying to poo-poo on Wingman. They're just not one of my favorite breweries. Like I thought their porter game was a little more on point, but it's hit or miss. Tomorrow we're gonna try to go to, depending on how the day is and if Amanda's feeling okay, we're gonna try to go to Lowercase Brewing because it's their 5th year anniversary.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
And then Sunday's the Pint Defiance thing. I'm gonna try to hit that up. So a lot more, like I said, just a lot more like event, drinking out stuff versus just buying 1,000 cans and letting it sit in my fridge. Oh, and then we did like a little mini beer share here thing because I had a fridge full of beer that I had to get rid of because I don't have space. So
It was quite delicious.
Yeah, it was a surprise too. I was not expecting to have
Dude,
that wide array of beers that we
Yeah.
were drinking.
I woke up that morning, looked at my fridge. I was like, I gotta get rid of this beer. Especially if I'm only trying to drink one day a week, I cannot drink it fast enough. So I pulled out let me think. We had the Pipe Dream one. That was the one that looked like a Mario pipe. You like the can art on that one a lot.
I did, yeah.
That one was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad. It was one of those ones. The first time I had it, I was like, "This is okay." And then I tried it. When I was trying it that day, I was like, "You know what? There's a little more fruitiness in the back note than I thought there was." We had
I like the one
There's a
with
head full of
the
dynamite.
dogs when they're kind of like the kings on the
yeah.
card.
That's a Licking Hole Creek.
Yeah,
They
that
have
one-
some good stuff.
That was really good.
I want to get more of their stuff. They're like at a farm over in Connecticut or something, and they're popping up on Tavra every once in a while. But I think they do shipping from their brewery to your house, but I don't know how that works. And they didn't answer my Instagram question. I commented on something, so I was like, no, I'll try this out later, because they do free shipping if you buy like a case of beer. And I was like, do I have to buy one beer or can I mix and match? And they didn't answer, so I was like, all right, I'll figure this out later. And then we had the one that had really cool spray paint art. I cannot remember what that one was called. It's something project. It's like New York Beer Project or something like that. And then we had the Anchorage apple pie. And then hazy, the Shoots hazy, and the head full of dynamite, the old one, the version 4 or 5. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I was glad that I was able to. I mean, hell, I like to share beer with anyone who comes over, so I will do that as often as I can. And it was just a great opportunity to free up some space in my beer, not my fridge, not my beer. Let's try the next beer. That's where my head was at.
So where are we going next?
I would say
brewery,
yours
right? Yeah.
would be the good one, because I think yours is gonna be a little bit better or lighter than the barrel aged.
So what I got is the Double Mountain Sparkling Ale fermented with champagne brute IPA.
I like how it looks like an actual champagne.
Yeah, I know. That caught my eye, and I was like, holy shit, is that Double Mountain? Double Mountain is one of the breweries that I really fell in love with after moving to the Pacific Northwest. They're down in Hood River. Their brewery itself makes amazing food. Their pizza, to date, best pizza I've ever had in my entire life.
Nice.
They've got a white truffle oil pizza. I think it's called the Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah,
Delightful.
of course it is.
But yeah, these guys put out some good beers. They, like I said, they were my favorite for a while. I'm not going to say that they are anymore, just because I've been going out and trying a
Dude, there's
lot
so
of
much
good
beer.
beer.
Yeah, it's hard to say nail one
so-
down.
I don't know, and this is a special one that I haven't actually tried before. Typically, if I'm out in the brew, like any bottle shop, you'll find the Double Mountain Kolsch,
Yes,
and that's about it.
there's
Yeah,
usually.
it seems that's the one that they have.
Is that the
distributed.
green labeled one?
Brown?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's brown.
I feel like I've seen something else, but yeah, you're right. There's only like one or two up here,
But it's
right?
like the Kolsch is like the one that I see. So it's pretty exciting to see something that's not Kolsch.
Nice.
So let's give it a try.
Boom.
I'm gonna pass that over. So I've had a couple brutes, and when I saw them coming out, my impression was I probably wouldn't enjoy them a lot because they're like remind me of champagne.
And did you say would or would not enjoy?
Would not. And so far I've been mostly correct on the ones I've had. I think I had the 3 magnets.
Oh
Brute.
yeah, they had one. What was it called?
I can't remember.
It was in a light colored can.
Yeah, like it was like a white can, right?
Yeah. We had it at that Craft and Brews, not Craft and Brews, the one before that.
Thank you, good sir.
It was at they had it at the History Museum,
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
but they also had it in the tap room the other night. Oh gosh.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of that history museum, you saw that they're doing 4-packs on their passes now. You could do
Oh, a beer?
4-pack for the events.
Oh
This
yeah,
year.
you can buy all 4 events for what, like $60?
Yeah, it's like $15 cheaper, $65. I think that's a pretty
Yeah.
good deal. I think that's on Thursdays. That's a mess up our fitness night. I mean, that's fine. Or maybe we could do both. I know.
Yeah, not sure that I like this beer actually.
Yeah, brutes are
Yeah.
weird,
See,
man.
that's
It's got a little.
You took the words out of my
It's
mouth.
dry. It's dry like a champagne.
God, this is awful.
Like,
You want to try it?
Yeah, it's.
It's like a champagne. It
I feel
doesn't
like
hit-
I took a bite
it
of
IPA?
like a.
I feel like
what
I'm
are
getting
like
hints
those
of Rolling
apples?
Rock here.
Oh,
It's dry like a champagne, but it has none of the
yeah.
The
None
good-
of the
None
notes.
of the
good,
sweetness.
like
or-
yeah, none of the.
What kind of beer is this? Is it a brute IPA or
It's
is
a
it
brute
just
IPA. Yeah.
Yeah. So I read there was a thread on either Reddit or Beer Advocate. Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, I don't know if I can make my way through this one.
I mean, I'm gonna shotgun it and make it happen, but oh, that's interesting. Yeah, can you move the mouse? Hopefully it didn't go sleep. Click on the mouse. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Oh, we're still
Okay,
here.
we're still going.
That's interesting.
Just had to rub it a little bit.
Just over the right way.
Good morning.
Yeah, there was a Reddit thread or a beer advocate thread that was talking about this. Like, does anyone like brew IPAs? And it was just everyone being like, it was beer advocate. Everyone's like, not really. I've tried these 5 and I hate them. And I'm like, it's just a world not for me.
Like, I like champagne though.
I don't like
You know?
champagne.
I
like champagne.
also like champagne.
But this was like
I don't like.
okay.
this
So I
beer.
guess a good question would be, would this taste okay with orange juice?
no.
You know,
Gert,
it might.
you wanna
It
grab some
might.
orange juice?
It would taste better.
We're gonna try it
Yeah.
out. We're gonna test
It's
it
not
out
high
live
enough
on.
alcohol to be like a mimosa.
It has. It can't be much different. I guess it'd be a lot different.
We're excited.
Champagnes are in
try
the
this
teens,
experiment.
right? Typically, low teen.
I think so.
This is
This is so gross.
Don't gag, Ricky.
it's
don't
really
gag,
not
Ricky.
great.
We're gonna try it with orange juice. We're gonna test something
But
live.
it's an IPA brewed with like what
Semi-live.
champagne yeast, right? Isn't that the?
Yeah.
Yeah, champagne yeast.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got.
Okay. Well, if I see anything else advertised with champagne yeast, I know to
Yeah, avoid
avoid
it. Speaking of yeast, speaking of yeast,
Okay, that's a weird segue.
yes,
It is.
well, it's applicable. You'll see.
Holy cow! It's better. It's a lot better with orange juice.
All right, I'll take a little bit of orange juice. Oh, sorry, Rick.
I
Ryan.
mean, it might just be
just
orange
a
juice.
splash. That's good.
It's
We
better.
had my buddy
Is it
Ryan.
good? No. It's better.
The Beer
Beer
Ryan.
Ryan.
Beer Ryan. Yes, we'll give him the name
you.
Beer Ryan.
We got a better nickname, Beer Ryan.
Not Grumpy Ryan.
Beer Ryan. What are you talking about?
Oh, we have another Beer
No,
Ryan.
this is beer. This is beer nerd
Beer
Ryan.
expert Ryan.
Oh, yeah, beer expert. Yeah, BE Ryan.
Boom.
Oh,
it-
can we call him BER?
Sure,
Beer.
sure, that's fine.
Beer.
Yeah.
Burr.
Don't burp.
Oh,
Oh gosh, where was I going? Oh,
gross.
geez. Yeah, we had
So bad.
he got a three. He had a Three Magnets beer that somehow was the yeast was cross contaminated with like a wild yeast, and the beer tasted nothing like it was supposed to, because it had a different yeast in the can or in the process. Somehow.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really interesting. It didn't taste bad. It just definitely didn't taste like what it was supposed to be.
I made that top in glass. I have to rinse out my glass. That was awful. I have to rinse out my taste buds also.
Yeah, it just tastes like orange juice.
I
now,
just
which
don't.
is
Yeah, I mean
better,
that's.
but not.
I realize now that even though I said it was better, I think it's just I'm just
Just
drinking
tastes
orange
it's
juice.
orange juice. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know, it's got a little tang to it. It reminds me more of a brass monkey than a mimosa.
I don't know what a brass monkey is.
I would much rather just drink champagne or
monkey,
orange juice,
that
not
funky
beer with
monkey.
orange juice.
Yeah, I know the song. I don't know what the actual drink is. Oh wait, does it say it in the song? Is that why you guys were
I don't
singing
think
it?
it does say it. It's
I know some of the lyrics.
Just anytime you can start
it's
some
Old
brass
English.
monkey.
I don't know if it's is it just Old English? Or
It
is
has to be a
any
mix of
malt
something.
liquor
Oh,
with orange
it's
juice.
interesting.
Because I always had it with OE.
Gross.
I mean, this is high school days. It was
Yeah,
gross.
yeah.
I didn't have any taste back then. I was drinking Ice House.
Yeah.
For
Well,
fuck's sake.
I remember when I started drinking, it was PBR and High Life after.
Might as well be drinking
All
some
right.
Mad Dog 2020.
You know I'm not knocking PBR.
I,
Ice
well,
House is,
we did
PBR is
the
not
tests.
Ice House
PBR
level.
came out as the best. Remember?
Yeah.
We need to do that again. That was a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
fun.
By the way, nailed that. I still want to bring that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, you did.
You killed
yeah.
it. The
Oh,
peop-
well, was Ryan there for that?
no.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
that
See,
was like
he
the
might
one
be the.
Oh,
cheap
Ryan's
beer
gonna take it.
champion.
I'll get. We'll maybe next podcast we'll do that again because that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was gonna say bring up some. Oh, so the other thing, or another one of my beer goals is beer trade, and I went from having 0 beer trades on the docket to having 3, all leaving tomorrow. So that was a shock, but I'm excited to get that done, and then I'm gonna take a break from beer trades for a while because I'm gonna have once again a stupid amount of beer in the fridge. I'm trading off the Mosaic IPA by Belching Beaver, the newest Head Full of Dime. I think it's version 8. They need to stop giving up version because it's getting stupid now, right? It's 8. We're already up to 8.
Are they gonna?
there's
Are
like
they
3
trying to
a year.
refine the recipe, or are they just producing new releases?
I guess I don't know. I guess it's just a new release. So I mean, at a certain point, does it really? But they're changing. They must be changing every time. Well, and they had the Fresh Shop that one time, where
Yeah.
they did the
yeah,
Fresh
that
Shops.
was really good.
Go ahead and talk about your beer. I'll
Okay.
stop rambling for a second.
Yeah, no, you're good. So, yeah, kind of.
The lid's right here.
We were just. I actually had this beer in my refrigerator. I was at the store and I saw it there, and it kind of piqued my interest. It's a Guinness, but it's a stout aged in bullet bourbon barrels. And so I haven't had a Guinness in a long time, and I didn't realize that Guinness actually made bourbon barrel aged stouts. So I thought it'd be an interesting one to try.
I think it's actually the new thing this year. I think a lot of breweries are kind of testing that. Like a lot of mainstream breweries are kind of testing that world. I swear I saw one that was in Jim Beam the other day, but I can't think of what it was. I thought it was Guinness, but actually it might still be Guinness. because this label looks different than the one I saw.
Oh, okay.
But I saw it on Reddit. I didn't see this one. I saw one that had a white label, and I think that was the Jim Beam one.
Oh, interesting.
So I think they're just kind of. I mean,
Give it a try.
Guinness have been around for a billion years, and like, while I'm not the biggest fan of Guinness, I do appreciate a Guinness. It's a solid beer. It's just kind of because it's basically a nitro stout, so it kind of has that flavorless taste almost
Right,
in
it's
a
got
weird
kind
way.
of this velvety mouthfeel, but
Yeah.
no taste.
Yeah, it's in the world of beers that we have right now. It's one of those ones that you try and you're like, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a Guinness. I guess if you were all beer hipster, tried all the good stuff, and then you went to a bit Guinness, you'd be like, but there's one that tastes like chocolate cake over there. Can I just have the chocolate cake one?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a solid beer, but it doesn't have that like booming flavor that you're used
not.
to.
Yeah.
No,
But it's like
it
kind of the
actually
standard,
surprises
though.
me that Guinness is going over to these new styles. Like they had it was like a white stout.
Yeah,
or
they did their
something like
white
that,
stout.
which I thought was horrific. It was really bad.
I never tried it. I always wanted to, and I just never saw it in single bottles. And then when I saw it in single bottles, I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. I don't really care that much.
Have you guys seen the Conan O'Brien episode where he actually like visits Ireland and he goes to the Guinness brewery?
No.
They're so traditional with their beer making
Yeah.
method and even the way that they pour and taste the Guinness that it is painful. So this is why I'm so surprised that they're partnering up with Bullet to like
Well,
actually
this-
do bourbon barrel aged.
this
It
is
seems
probably-
like they're like, we have the way that we do it. Guinness.
This is probably one of the American breweries, though.
Well, no, it says it's brewed in Dublin but aged in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's
Well, and
probably
they're-
traditional Guinness then.
That's interesting because they're starting to. They have Guinness breweries popping up in the U.S. that they're actually brewing at. So I'm actually shocked that came from Ireland.
Yeah.
But I thought Ireland had like because everyone, anyone who drink, you can open it. I'm sorry, I mean, I'll just
Oh, yeah,
talk over you.
yeah, you're good.
Oh, you want the crack?
Just a little bit.
Nice hiss. So dumb, so stupid. We've been watching a new YouTube guy, and he just says weird stuff like that. He's so funny. Everyone I talk to, or everyone who talks about Guinness, talks about how good it is if you get it from Ireland, and how much it's just garbage if you get anywhere else. So I don't know. I would that definitely would be like a high level bucket list at some point, is to go over to Ireland and actually try a Guinness
be
from
amazing.
Ireland. Yeah. Oh, you're fine. I'll grab some more in a second.
wasn't sure. It's only an 11-ounce bottle.
Yeah.
That's only 11 ounce.
Oh, you can smell the bourbon. Yeah. I mean, Bullet makes a good bourbon, so I'm not mad at that at all.
Thank you. I've never had their.
It's 10%. You want a little more, Mister?
The bourbon's good.
Yeah, their
I mean,
bourbon's
like, and
solid.
I'm not a bourbon guy, like so that, like I can drink it straight. Like I can have a bourbon neat if it's Bullet.
They're like Bullet is one of those ones that sits in the like $35 range, but still a solid bourbon. That like it's yeah, you can smell it.
It's a
It's
strong bourbon.
Like it's
smell.
premium, but not like
It's
oh
yeah.
that hurts my wallet.
We're not
premium.
talking like what's that one? Oh, what's that?
Yeah, what's that one that you got that was amazing? Like I could drink
Oh,
that
that
one
just
neat.
shoots Crater Lake barrel aged one.
Yeah,
That thing
was
is that's I
delicious.
grabbed another. I've been that's I don't know. It's tough when you get into high level bourbon stuff, but you know you can't really afford the high level bourbon. So like every like 6 months I'll sip it. And I'm like, oh, it's so good. But then I'm like, no, wait, don't spill anything. Be really careful because it was too much. But yeah, how's it?
It's actually, to me, it just tastes like kind of a watered down bourbon, which is not in a bad way.
But
It tastes like a bourbon without as much
that's the
bite.
challenge of Guinness right there, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
there's really not a lot of flavor from the beer that I detect.
No,
A
you're
little
right.
bit, but
Guinness
But it
is
has
like
the
the
mouthfeel
rice of
stuff, right?
beer. It just takes on the flavor of
It has
whatever
a
it's with.
velvety mouthfeel still, like you were talking
Right,
about,
yeah.
but it doesn't have the taste.
It's really good for.
Ah, man,
days.
I'd just rather have suburban at this point.
yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, but
It-
it's not like it doesn't have the character of some of the like the bee bomb or the rusty nail from Fremont. Or
Yeah.
like the Pelican, Mother of All Storms, things
A
like that.
I think a good bourbon age has that like hint of bourbon taste, but still tastes like a really good beer.
Right.
And I think that's the challenge here is that you have the taste of bourbon, but you don't taste the beer. And I think it's just too light of a beer. You need kind of a slightly heavier flavor, more flavorful beer.
Yeah, it's not quite as complex as some of the other.
Yeah.
More, especially the more higher dollar bourbon barrel.
But I mean, it's also a barrel age that costs like what $6 or $7.
Yeah, I think it was like $6 or $7 for the It's like a stubby can. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Or a
about-
stubby bottle.
Yeah, about 11 ounces, not quite 12 type
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I think this would be
you
actually
wanna try
good
this?
training wheels for somebody who was like, I want to get into bourbon.
It would
like
be-
I want to get
you're
into
right.
bourbon directly. Like this has the bourbon flavor without the like really the kick and the
Yeah,
burn.
sometimes even like just a bourbon just without ice, you're just like, oh, you take that sip, you're like, woo, whoo, the vapors are coming off. You're like, woo,
Yeah,
I can't keep drinking.
yeah. This takes that edge off. This takes
Yeah.
that edge off, but it still has a good like bourbon flavor with a better feel in your mouth.
Yeah.
I just could not do hard A just like with an ice cube in it.
Oh, I've been
It's too much for me.
in the whiskey world. I've been just kind of sipping on
some
whiskeys right
sour
now.
in there.
I got a couple for Christmas, and I'll throw a shot into my snifter. Snifter, is that what it is? What's the one that's
Sounds right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's call it like
Sounds wrong, but that's probably right.
Yeah, whatever. Like the small little tulip one. But it's just for whiskey,
that's
and
right.
just so you get the aerated or whatever BS that is that comes from whiskey people. Let's see what upcoming things do we have? So for me, we have a couple events coming up. My big goal is to get down to Portland because I really want to go Trapdoor and I really want to go to Great Notion, and not just for beer trade. I just want to try Great Notion because that's been driving me nuts. I haven't tried it. I was so close up many times. Oh, and I want to go back to Modern Times. I gotta be honest. That place is dope. So that's like something in the nearest future I want to do for sure. What do you guys-
there's a Harry Potter beer event in Seattle.
Yes, we're going.
Okay. I don't know any other details.
I don't either.
I looked it up. It's in March.
Oh, okay.
On a Friday? Oh, sorry. 6:30.
Like PM?
Yeah. Sheesh.
Oh
That's
my
late.
gosh, 6:30 p.m.
Hey, Amanda goes to bed at 8:30, and truth be told, there's a lot of nights I go to bed by 9:30. So that's pretty late for us. But I also wake up at 5:30 most days, or earlier.
Anyways, I think it's like Harry Potter themed beers. I don't know any additional details at this time.
It'll be interesting.
Oh, I read a couple things. They had some interesting stuff. They've got DJ Dumbledore.
Yeah, I saw there.
And some
It was
other,
gonna be super corny like
yeah.
that. I'm excited, but it was gonna be so corny.
They said they're gonna have like different rooms decked out like the places in Harry Potter, like the Leaky Cauldron, and they're gonna have like a Diagon Alley.
See, that's gonna be the
all this
problem.
stuff.
As much as I like reading the Harry Potter books, and I'm 5 books in, there's gonna be that point where I'm like, I don't care that much about this stuff.
There's gonna be some crazy fanatics.
Killed your
for
inner
sure.
child,
Yeah.
Ricky.
I mean, my inner child was strong, and then I read book 5 of Harry Potter, and it disappointed me. Book 5 was the worst. Which one is that?
Is that the Horcruxes?
No,
No, that's the
it's
It's
Tangs
the one
of
after the
Phoenix.
Goblet of Fire, right?
Yeah, Order of the Phoenix. And it should have been cool, but it's just angsty teenager Harry Potter being all whiny, not understanding girls. It was the
Is
Pits.
that the after the tournament?
yeah.
Yes, it's the one after the
Okay.
tournament.
So I stopped reading. The tournament was the last book I read.
The tournament one was cool.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That had everything about that one was cool. I was like, this is a crazy episode. Crazy book. I really enjoyed that one. Not episode, my bad.
Damn,
I was like,
this
it's a
episode.
crazy book, and I loved that one. And then the book 5 starts, and I was like, "Ugh, I hated my teenage years. Why would I worry about someone else's teenage years?" It was all the same garbage I went through. I was like, I don't want this stuff again. That was the worst. I was a super angsty teen at times. Oh, it was the Pits. Other beer fest stuff, beer event stuff that's coming up. I don't know if there's too much more. I'm gonna post. I'll try to keep posting stuff on Facebook as I see it. Any beers you guys are looking forward to trying in the near future, or breweries you want to try to visit, even local ones? You need to go 3 Magnets again.
Yeah, I need to get back to 3 Magnets.
They're probably missing you. Your glass is getting all dusty. They're like, who remember? I used to remember Seth used to come
they
in
don't.
here.
They don't have customized.
Oh,
supporter
okay.
glasses.
Gotcha. Are you still part of the club then, or is it a year?
I think the support. I think I need to renew if I'm gonna renew.
I mean, you might not want to. It doesn't
I
make
might
sense.
not. Yeah, because I end up getting a lot of their beer at the tap room anyway. But there was a brewery that you had mentioned for.
Headless Mumbly or
Yeah.
something like that.
Where's that one at? Is that by
It's
the,
over
the
by.
industrial park?
No, it's off Harrison. It's like right off of Harrison and. Is that Harrison? The road that, across, basically across from the grocery outlet,
From Gross Out?
but like, yeah, but not across towards the Iron Rabbit, across the other way.
Mm.
It's over in that. I think it's over in that area. There's like a plane, like a airline travel agency or something over there.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
I think that's where it's at.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I haven't been there, and then I haven't been to Cascadia Brewing either, which is in downtown Olympia.
Oh,
I've never been, and I walked by it the other night. And
I didn't realize they were down there.
so I'll have to check them out too sometime.
Interesting. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about their beers. I haven't actually talked to anybody that had been in there. So
There's a place over by you called Cascades. It's a barcade that I want to try out at some point, but I don't know if we'll go out to help anytime soon. And then there's a weird place in Tacoma called Broken Spoke, which I'm pretty sure is a haircut place, but they're serving a lot of beer now. It's really confusing. I'm following them on Instagram, and like all I see is beer posts, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they cut hair there. I don't know. I want to actually stop by there at some point just because I'm like, what is this place? As summer comes around, I definitely will do the pub crawl around here.
We already have a date for that.
What?
We have a date for that.
What? When? Was I part of this?
Our producer Amanda said we have a date for that.
Apparently, we have a date for that already. Are you sure that's the
So
Tacoma?
don't
he doesn't remember
worry.
because he had squinty eyes.
But yeah, I don't. Well, okay, so we got that one. I guess that's not knocked out. I don't even know what else. Like the other things are going on that I want to do, but there's just so many beer things I want to get down on this year. Taver is doing a. Shoot, I think I had to buy the tickets already. Taver's doing like a beer night thing, a customer appreciation thing, but it's on a weeknight up in Seattle. But they're like it's a bunch of free beer for like $5. It's like $5,
damn.
a bunch of beer, and they're doing a bunch of raffle ticket stuff. So I could bring me and Amanda plus 2 other people if anyone wants to come on like a Thursday night in Seattle.
Oh,
I'll let you know. But yeah, do you else have anything else they want to add? Any goals you want to try to complete in this month?
Well, this month, not January, but beginning of February.
No, I mean not calendar month.
in the next month
then
or so.
between now and the next podcast.
the SipNTel.
I
Yes.
do want to see. So I actually will be in Hawaii in the beginning of February, and I want to see if I'm going to be on Kauai, which is not a very large island, but I'll see if there's any local breweries there.
Well, you have Maui Brewing for sure, right? They have to be.
I guess so. Kauai is pretty small,
Yeah.
so we'll see. But I'll be interested to find out if they have any local breweries or any beer that is maybe unique or unusual.
I've heard rumors of it. I bet they have. I bet you could get some cool Japanese beers down there. Honestly,
Oh, probably, yeah.
which would be interesting. I don't know if you've had any Japanese beer. There's usually a little bit
I've had a
lighter,
few.
but they have some
Yeah.
good flavor to them usually.
Mhm.
Sapporo.
How about you, Isaac? Anything coming up that you're like, oh, this would be a cool goal to get knocked out in this month?
All right, you know what'd be cool if we do end up making a trip down to Portland.
I wanna do
And
that
this,
really
this
badly.
actually came up to me today when I was standing in line at a sushi place waiting for my bento to get done. I was looking at their sake options, and down in Forest Grove, Oregon, is the only there's an official brewery that's like the sister sake brewery of this huge sake brewery that's in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And so they legit, I'm not sure if they're the only one anymore that's doing it, but for a long time, at least when I was living down in Portland, they were the only American sake brewery doing the same recipe as the actual like Japanese sake
Gotcha.
masters. So they were really good, man. They're really, really good, and they have a tasting room. So if we ever make it down there, like that actually might be worth hitting up because they got a lot of really good like fruity sake drinks and official like thick, like different than your standard like I'm gonna go to the sushi place and get a hot sake. It's not that kind of sake. It's
Gotcha.
the good stuff.
Interesting. Ryan, any beer goals between now and then?
Just try to find I want to find a brewery in Seattle that I haven't been to, so that's my goal.
Cloudburst.
Cloudburst.
Cloudburst is awesome.
I'll have to Google it.
It's it's right next to Pike Place. Not right next to Pike Place. It's up the street from Pike Place.
Oh, okay.
If you get a chance to go there, I've been recommending that place to everyone. There's also another brewery up there that we've tried their beer down here called Holy Mountain. They're really good. But I've only tried one of their beers, so I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
The beer I had was really good. Yeah. I don't think I have too many beer goals outside of trying to get out of Portland or trying to get up to Bellingham. And try not to drink all the beer because I don't want to be fat Ricky again. But outside of that, that's pretty much all I have going. That seems like a good enough place to wrap. We've tried all the beers. We've done all of our stuff. No crazy news coming out for us. I will try to get back on to the once a week mini sip, and I'll try to have you guys, if anyone wants to jump on anytime I'm doing them, you're welcome to. I will probably do one next Saturday. Saturday-ish. And I'll have a couple events to talk about, and so that could be easily posted. And outside of that, nothing crazy is going on, so we should be able to do this again middle of next month. We'll plan a day. I'll try to post up on Instagram, and like I tried once, I'll try to do a little mini thing for Instagram about this podcast. I'm super bad at it though, because I'm a terrible editor. If you guys know how to edit, you guys feel free to, because I am awful at it. I've come to realize. But outside of that, this is our podcast. We're trying something new. Maybe we'll try something new again next week. I like the beanbag idea. Amanda's not a fan of it, but she likes beanbags also. She doesn't know it yet. Maybe yoga mats.
What? No. What?
I'm not sure it matters to the podcast listeners.
Yeah, the listeners, but the viewers.
Do we have any of those?
We have a couple. Amanda went through and liked a bunch of videos. A couple of people from Joe Rogan subreddit jumped on there because they wanted to know if I had a pod. I told them I had a podcast, and they're like, "Where's that?" I'm like, "Oh, here it is. Come check it out." And they're like, "Oh, I don't like beer." I'm like, "All right." But another guy watched it, so we have a couple people who check out stuff.
Okay.
Spread the word, one guy.
But outside of that, let's call it a day. Let's have some fun. We'll drink again and talk about it next week or in a month or whatever. I'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it in a month. Maybe Isaac will talk about it next week or Ryan.
We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see.
Up.
All right. Yeah. So see y'all later. Have a great night.
Bye.
Cheers.